Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about an action fantasy film called The Legend of Monkey King. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. A long time ago, a young girl whose name is Lee is trying to find the legendary Monkey King who was imprisoned by the gods for causing chaos in the heaven. However, the girl quickly falls into trouble as she encounters vicious demons whose only desire is to eat her alive. This causes Lee to panic in fear as she tries desperately to run away from the approaching monsters, but ends up falling down and realizing that her hand has been injured. To her surprise, the blood eventually falls onto a lotus and causing it to drill into the ground, while the entire place begins sinking down into the abyss. The earthquake eventually causes everyone to fall into a large cave and knocking out the young girl in the process. The demons are able to recover right away and plans to devour the helpless victim immediately, but is quickly interrupted by a mysterious figure from behind. The monsters go towards the shadows to confront the person inside, but when the female demon steps into the circle, she's quickly vaporized by a powerful spell. It turns out that the person taunting them is the Monkey King himself, who's also known as Wukong, and he's very angry to see that the demons are trying to kill the young girl. However, the creatures claim that they have no choice as the gods are punishing all demons for the crimes that Wukong has committed by starving them to death. They blame the Monkey King for all their sufferings and begins mocking Wukong for being so useless. This causes the main character to become even more angry as he charges furiously towards the demons, but is not able to leave the circle that's binding him with the massive chains. Surprisingly, they're quickly interrupted by Lee, who's able to wake up without injuries and is very happy to see that she's finally found the Monkey King. This turns the demons' attentions towards the girl once again as they quickly approach the human while the monkey is trying desperately to break free. The girl eventually falls down from the fear, but is able to activate another seal, which causes a massive shockwave and breaking the chains as a result. The demons quickly launch towards the helpless girl, but Wukong manages to break free just in time. Before the enemies can make the kill, the monkey is able to knock them away across the field and saving the girl in the last minute. Very soon, the entire cave begins crumbling down while the monkey rushes towards Lee and grabbing onto her before finally escaping from the crushing boulders. At the same time, somewhere deep inside the ocean, a young dragon prince is staring into the far distance while only hatred and sadness are reflected in his eyes. It turns out that Wukong destroyed his kingdom a long time ago, causing him to want revenge more than anything else. One of his servants tries to tell him to forget about the broken palace and offers him special services instead, but this only angers the prince even more. He slowly approaches the girl and grabs onto her face before ripping off her horns and causing her tremendous pain. The woman tries desperately to get away, but is immediately stopped by the man who quickly mounts on top of her and beats her continuously without mercy. Very soon, the man is told by his guards that Wukong has somehow escaped the mountains, but this gives the prince even more heinous ideas as he only wants the Monkey King to suffer. On the other side, Wukong is eventually able to wake up his little friend and quickly finds out the reason why she's looking for him. It turns out that Lee wants the main character to bring her onto the heavens, but Wukong realizes that this is no longer possible while his true powers are being sealed by the gods. The two eventually makes it into a village, but the monkey quickly sees that everything has already been destroyed. It's quickly revealed that the gods have taken over the entire place, and they're punishing the demons that have now become their slaves. The governor warns the people to never break his rules before killing the creatures one by one and striking fear inside the demons' hearts. The deity continues taunting the people and blaming their situation on the Monkey King, not realizing that Wukong is already here. However, before the monkey can fight back, he's quickly knocked out by someone else. When he eventually regains consciousness, he realizes that his old friend the Ox King is the one who punched him in the face. The demon wants to know why he's returned to the village and quickly quickly finds out that Wukong is planning to regain his power and take vengeance on the heavens once again. This causes the Ox King to go into a deep silence as he slowly pushes away the girl, and Wukong quickly realizes that something is wrong. The demon attacks the monkey immediately and knocks him towards the walls, but Wukong is able to regain balance right away. Surprisingly, instead of choosing to fight, the monkey decides to leave the area alongside the girl. The two quickly makes it out into the yard, but they're immediately stopped by the metal princess, who's also the bull demon's pregnant wife. The woman blames the monkey for all their sufferings before taking out her weapon that resembles a gigantic fan. Very soon, the demons begin charging towards Wukong and trying to capture the monkey, but they're quickly proven to be no match for the main character. Wukong is able to dodge the attacks and knocks down the opponents one by one as he kicks them away like ragdolls and leaving them lying on the ground. However, the fight is not over yet as the bull demon throws the axe right at the monkey, which barely misses him. The opponent charges in and grabs onto his weapon before knocking Wukong across the field. The ox demon walks towards the monkey and tells the man to give up, but Wukong refuses to forgive the heavens for not recognizing him as the king. This gives the ox demon no other choice but to attack, but he's quickly stopped by the young girl who tries to save the monkey's life. Wukong is surprised by Li's courage and takes the chance to run away as he barely dodges the attack from the princess at the same time. Luckily, the two are able to make it out alive, and despite all his friends betraying him, Wukong decides to retrieve his legendary weapon so that he can free the demons from the gods. On the other side, the Dragon Lord has arrived into a secret location where a powerful weapon that's capable of mind control is being guarded. However, the man quickly finds out that the item is sealed by the Buddha's magic, which prevents him from using its powers. This causes the prince to kill the guardians immediately and stealing the weapon so he can figure out how to use it on the monkey demon. At the same time, Wukong has made it towards the Flower Mountains, which used to be his home, and the girl is amazed by the beauty of this place. Before the team can venture forwards, they quickly encounter a giant gorilla who screams furiously at the people and causing Li to cower in fear. Wukong sees this and tells the girl to not be afraid as the creature is actually one of his pets. However, before the monkey can finish talking, he's quickly punched by the monster and sending him flying away like a ragdoll. The gorilla charges towards Wukong and continues attacking him furiously, but before the main character can be killed by the giant fist, he's quickly saved by the young girl. It turns out that the monster was only attacking out of hunger, and the girl is able to use the banana to distract the creature and making it leave as a result. Wukong is amazed by what just happened, but claims that he didn't need any help while getting a banana from the girl as well. The two eventually makes it into the cave as they arrive towards a massive room where the legendary golden staff is located in the center of the area. Wukong approaches the weapon immediately and tries to retrieve the object, but begins having performance issues while not being able to lift up his rod. Before the demon continues, he's quickly interrupted by another friend who's known as the Scorpion King, but the man doesn't look like he's here to help. It turns out that he's now working for the Dragon Prince and is here to prevent the monkey from stealing the golden staff. Surprisingly, the girl charges at the Scorpion in anger and reveals that the Dragon Prince was the one who killed her parents, but only gets knocked away by the demon as a result. This greatly angers Wukong, who charges directly at the enemy, but quickly falls into the opponent's trap as he gets binded onto the walls. The Scorpion decides to give them a chance to leave, but the monkey demon refuses immediately, which causes the opponent to blast the main character by using his magic. The girl quickly recovers and yells for the Scorpion to stop, but soon realizes that her blood is flying towards the golden staff and breaking the sealing magic as a result. Wukong sees this and pulls the weapon towards him, which knocks the enemy into the air and slamming the Scorpion onto the ground. The Monkey King is amazed by the amount of power that he regained, while the Scorpion demon is forced to retreat immediately. Wukong goes back to the young girl to help her bandage her wounds, and quickly learns that the only reason Li wants to go to the heaven is to seek justice for her parents' death. At the same time, the Scorpion demon has made it back to the Dragon Lord, but the prince is furious that his nemesis has regained the legendary weapon. However, upon hearing that a young girl is capable of undoing the Buddha's magic, the man tells the scorpion to retrieve Li immediately so that he can finally use the mind-controlling device. On the other side, the governor continues punishing the demons by killing their families, and this time they're planning to slay the ox demon as well. Luckily, before the man is killed, the people are knocked away by the golden staff, and the bull demon realizes that the monkey has come back to save his life. Wukong jumps towards the governor to take vengeance, but is quickly stopped by his old friend, who allows the deity to escape from the area like a weasel. The monkey goes towards the people and tells them to take off their chains, and promising to protect them from now on, which causes all the demons to cheer for his name. Very soon, the main character begins training his people so they can learn to fight back, and they eventually starts marching towards the deities to take back their lands. The demons charge furiously into the village, and Wukong is able to knock away the enemies like they're nothing but flies, while quickly forcing all the deities to retreat as a result. The people eventually return to their village and celebrate for the victories as they sit in front of the sunset to enjoy the beauty of their home. Very soon, the demons are able to capture the governor who killed many of their friends, while the deity is begging for his life, but the monkey demon is not willing to show any mercy. Luckily, the governor is rescued by the girl who tells Wukong that he should never kill, as it makes him even worse than his enemies. This greatly frustrates the monkey demon, but Wukong eventually decides to let the man go, as he plans to kill even more deities once he gets back all his powers. Realizing that her friend is not willing to change, Li runs away from the main character in tears as the monkey refuses to let go of his vengeance. The girl eventually makes it into the wilderness as she throws away the bandage on her hand, but quickly runs into a mysterious man who turns out to be the scorpion demon. Li is quickly brought into the dragon palace where she sees the man who killed her parents, and the girl immediately slaps the prince right across the face. However, the man quickly grabs onto her hand as he cuts her using the knife, and allowing the girl's blood to finally undo the magic that was put on by the Buddha. The dragon deity quickly takes the mind-controlling weapon and opens a portal towards the monkey demon while unleashing the full power of the item by sending it towards Wukong. On the other side, the main character is planning to attack the heavens once again, but a golden crown flies onto his head and begins controlling his actions at the same time. This causes the monkey demon to attack all his friends while knocking the people into the air and killing them without any mercy. Wukong shouts for all the demons to run as he tries desperately to control his body, but the dragon's magic is way too strong, which forces the monkey to continue the massacre. Very soon, all the demons inside the cave are killed by the main character while being controlled by the dragon prince, and the scorpion realizes that things have gone too far. The monkey chases the remaining people outside and knocks them away like bugs as he becomes overwhelmed by the guilt of killing his friends. Wukong is forced to retrieve the golden staff as he slowly looks back in fear and realizes that the giant gorilla has appeared to stop his own master. The demon tries to reason with the monkey as Wukong tells the creature to run, but is quickly forced to jump into the air and knocking the gorilla right in the face. This immediately kills the giant demon as it slowly falls down the edge of the mountains. Wukong has no choice but to beg for all this to stop and quickly sees the dragon prince walking towards him as the man begins mocking the main character for killing his own kind. The deity plans on framing the monkey for everything that's happened so that all demons would despise him as well. He quickly takes over the golden staff and plans to end the monkey's life right away. Luckily, before the enemy can make the kill, he's knocked away by a giant fan that pushes the deities backwards and destroying the mind-controlling crown as well. Surprisingly, the prince chooses to not pursue the main character as he wants the monkey to suffer even more. It's quickly revealed that the ox demon was the one who saved the monkey's life, and the main character is eventually able to wake up, but decides to seek vengeance immediately. However, his friend tells him to forget about revenge and makes the monkey realize that everyone is dead because of him. This causes the main character to fall into despair as he decides to leave everything behind while being hated by the deities and all the demons as well. He continues wandering aimlessly, but quickly bumps into a man who turns out to be the previous governor. Surprisingly, the deity tells Wukong that Li has been taken by the Dragon Prince, but he's only helping the demon to repay the girl for sparing his life. This immediately gives the main character a new purpose, as he takes the closest weapon that he can find and begins marching towards the Dragon Palace to rescue his friend. At the same time, Li is being locked up inside the prison, but is surprised to see that the Scorpion Demon has decided to rescue her as he refuses to serve the prince anymore. What they don't realize is that the Monkey Demon has already made it towards the dragon's home that's quickly emerging from under the ocean. Wukong takes the chance and jumps towards the rising castle, while eventually arriving into a massive room. The monkey tells the Dragon Prince to release the girl immediately, but the deity has no intention of listening. This infuriates Wukong as he charges towards the prince to end the man's life, but is quickly stopped by the enemy's magic and thrown across the room. The Dragon Lord begins using his powers to conjure a massive trident, while throwing the weapon directly at the main character. Luckily, the monkey is able to dodge the attack, but is quickly overwhelmed by the enemy's power and kicked across the room. Before the demon can be killed, he's rescued by the scorpion, who's able to knock away the enemy just in time, but the prince manages to recover immediately. This allows Wukong to finally see the girl once again, but the Dragon Lord quickly attacks the scorpion and knocks him away using tremendous force. The deity charges furiously towards the monkey and is able to grab onto the main character while throwing him onto the floor. The Scorpion Demon tries to help his friend, but is quickly tossed away towards the walls. The enemy begins punching the monkey continuously on the face and knocks the main character away like a flying ragdoll. The prince approaches the demon while getting his trident back and promises to show the monkey the meaning of true suffering as he throws the weapon towards the young girl. Wukong tries desperately to stop the attack as he runs with all his might, but ultimately fails to save the girl's life. This causes the monkey to fall into despair as the Dragon Lord grabs onto his weapon and tries to kill the demon as well. Luckily, the scorpion is able to break free and tackles the enemy away from the main character. Wukong looks at Li in sadness and realizes that this is all his fault, as the girl's death is finally able to unleash the monkey's full power. Very soon, the main character begins to shine in brightness as he slowly turns into a Super Saiyan that's covered by golden aura. The dragon deity eventually returns and throws the spear towards the monkey demon, but Wukong's transformation quickly breaks the weapon into a million pieces. The monkey is finally able to get back the golden staff as well, which forces the prince to transform into a dragon as he tries to kill the demon. However, Wukong is able to use the weapon and quickly knocks away the enemy as he slowly goes towards his friend's body. The monkey eventually gets back the golden staff and causing it to break through the dragon palace while taking them towards the heaven as he tries to fulfill his promise. Wukong eventually reaches the clouds where all the lightning begins striking the demon continuously, but the main character refuses to give up. The monkey is eventually able to make it into the heavens as he places the girl's body onto the ground and finally fulfilling his promise to her. However, the demon quickly realizes that the dragon is here as well, which causes him to fly into the sky in blinding speed and landing onto the creature's head. Wukong begins pounding the enemy continuously as he tries to take vengeance for his friend and eventually knocks the giant creature crashing towards the ground. The dragon roars furiously towards the demon while the monkey charges at the enemy from above, but stops the attack in the last moment as he remembers the girl telling him to never kill. Very soon, the main character's demon friends have made it into the heavens as well, but Wukong stops them from attacking the gods as he realizes that revenge is never the answer. Suddenly, a golden aura shines above the people as the Buddha appears to congratulate Wukong for finally changing his ways. The deity tells the main character to not be sad for his friend as he'll eventually meet the young girl in a different lifetime. 100 years later, Wukong has chosen to stay inside the same place that he met Li while he continues meditating in peace. However, he quickly sees a monk falling into the cave right in front of him. To his surprise, the man begins talking in a very familiar way, making Wukong realize that he must be the reincarnation of Li. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.